This is Banjo, and today I'm going over the cold start procedure for the ka-50 in DCS Black Shark and DCS World. Start by closing the cockpit door. Hotkey is right control C. Next, take a look at the electric section of the right hand console. Uncover battery 1 and 2. Engage the toggle switches. Engage the AC generators, forward and aft fuel pumps, and the fuel quantity toggle switches. Next, uncover and toggle the APU, as well as all of the radio and data link toggle switches located below the boost pump toggle switches. In the left-hand console, select Start to start the APU. As the APU starts up, the temperature is indicated on the display located just above the engine cutoff valves. The temperature will rise, at which point the APU on display will activate, indicating the APU is running properly. With power being supplied, we can engage power to the ABRIS moving map system as well as the ECRAN warning system located on the rear wall console. Press the flashing master caution button and then hold it for a moment to engage the self-test for the ECRAN system. We're now ready to start up the engines, and to do so we'll uncover and engage the fuel shutoff valves located on the right hand console, as well as the left and right electric engine governor toggle switches located on the right console. Disengage the rotor brake located below the engine shutoff valves. Move the engine selector to left and select Start. The indicator for start valve will light up, indicating engine start. Monitor the engine RPM located to the right of the ABRIS system, and as it passes the red mark at 2200 RPM, open the fuel shutoff valve for the corresponding engine. In this case, the left engine fuel shutoff valve. Now we'll have to wait for the RPM to reach 6000 before we're able to repeat the procedure for the right engine. Monitor the engine start indicator, and the moment the indicator turns off, you're able to switch the selector to the right engine, press start, and repeat the process for the right engine. Just as before, as the RPM passes 2200 RPM at the red indicator, we can open our engine cutoff valve. Now we need to wait until both engines are stabilized at 7000 RPM before we're able to move our throttle up to auto, turn off our APU, and turn off our batteries. With both engines stabilized at 7000 RPM, we now need to bring our rotor RPM up to 9000. We do this by increasing our throttle to auto by pressing page up twice. As the rotor RPM passes 8000, it will supply power to the rest of the systems, including the radar altimeter, causing the ECRAN system to give off a warning. This is normal. With the generator supplying power, press APU shutoff located above the engine selector switch. Close the APU fuel shutoff valve and disable the batteries. With the engines running the generators, which are supplying power to the aircraft, we can now focus on running the systems. We'll focus on the targeting system, engaging the K041 toggle switch, the laser toggle switch, and optional, you can engage ground moving target. Set the barometric altimeter to 0 using the dial located below it, and reset the G-force indicator using the reset button. Next, place the fire extinguisher system into test mode and select Group 1 to test the engine fire extinguisher system. Toggle it back to warning to reset it, then test the APU fire extinguisher system. Toggle it back to warning to reset it, and test the hydraulics bay fire system. Toggle warning back to reset it, and set the system into operation mode. Next, on the wall console, engage the UV26 countermeasure system and its test toggle switch. Engage the laser warning receiver, INU heat, and INU toggle switches. A test of the UV26 countermeasure system is a success if the display indicates 990, as it does here. So we will disengage test mode, throwing it back into operation mode. Next, engage all 3 toggle switches for the eject mode, your weapons toggle switch, IFF, navigation, blade tip lights, standby attitude indicator, and anti-collision beacon. Remember to disable the beacon and the lights after you achieve flight. Perform a test of the ejection system by using the rotary dial and the test button to test each channel of the ejection system. With the test completed, move on to the laser warning receiver, as enough time will have went by that it's warmed up and ready for testing. Press the test button to perform a test. Engage power to the signal flares, and then perform a test of the HSI by holding down the red test button as the needle points to 60, indicating a clean test. Toggle antenna mode and hold the test button. The tone indicates a successful test. Enter your autopilot channels and select the data link as mission requires, in this case Commander. Move the PVI selector to operation. Toggle power to the data link. Select a waypoint followed by your corresponding waypoint. Select ka-50 on the ABRIS moving map system to enter navigation mode. Uncage the standby attitude indicator. The default key is mouse scroll wheel down. Then set up your UV-26 countermeasure system accordingly. Here is a link to a video regarding the setup and use of the UV-26 countermeasure system. Select the reset key on the laser warning receiver to reset the display. Enable anti-ice or dust protection if needed. Using the left dial located below the HUD, adjust HUD brightness by dialing it to 0 and bringing it up just to the point where your eyes are comfortable with seeing it. Perform a test of the attitude director indicator by uncaging and pressing the self-test button. The flag should appear and it should bank up to 15 degrees on all mark. And with that, the aircraft is now ready for operation. The engines are running and the systems are configured properly. The final step is to do a final check and make sure we haven't missed anything. And then we can call the tower and start our taxi to the runway. As you learn, you'll start to develop your own routine for starting it, but this is the way I cold start the Kamov 50 and DCS Black Shark.